Okay, also hands. So in case you can't tell by this, and there's something over there, but in case you can't tell by this, I play Legos, or I use Legos, or whatever you want to call it. So I built this mech for something in my Lego story. It's a big thing. But this is the Bulker. It's a mech suit. It's a big mech suit designed for, or well, it's a mech suit that uses parts salvaged off of a big robot that was like a Terminator. And so I decided, one sec. Okay, so I decided that what if this robot got turned into a mech by some aspiring mechanic in my Lego universe? And it's also a companion because it still has the robot head. So starting off with the body, it give like a quick visual overview. Has quite a big emphasis on, like, I don't know if you could theme it around anything. But I was inspired by the Star Wars KX droids, and I was like, what kind of robot could I build that has like a same ominous imperial presence to it? And so I'll have to see if I can rebuild the robot that I made, but this was salvaged off of that. So let's start with, we'll start with this hand, since this hand you can kind of already see. But this hand, here, take the gun and set that there. This hand has a fold-out claw, because it has emphasis on melee, if you can't tell by the giant hand right here. But this can extend into a claw, except aside from being a claw that can pick up stuff and, throw projectiles and stuff, it's also a taser. These little clips here, like to think can like come together and create an electric bolt that can short out other mechs and even stun or kill people. And it just folds up so he can use his smaller clip hand to grab things. So speaking of melee, it also has this part doesn't want to stay on, but it also has this big hand here. Like I said, it doesn't want to stay on. So it has this big hand here that uses a mix of like Technic and ball joints. I also used a ball joint to give it a very opposable thumb. Like, you can move the thumb around, you can move the fingers around, and you can grab stuff, throw things, punch. It doesn't quite want to stay on, if I can get that in the shot. But also, if you couldn't see, it has a wrist-mounted flamethrower. So if I grab my flame piece and put it in there, it has a wrist-mounted flamethrower that can be used for self-defense, maybe point blank, just blast everything. Set stuff on fire. It's a flamethrower, so I like to think that the flame comes from like in here, like travels through this tube. And then the head is just a basic head. I kind of like this little design. It's like a hat. And then it doesn't move very fast in universe, but that's where it makes up for this by having, if you can see the feet, it can extend out like Mindbender's tack suit to quickly dart around certain areas if he needs to run quickly. So, however, I don't really like the feet design because of that. Like, it looks like a clown shoes, like big clown shoes. So, and then we get to this backpack. Now this backpack is actually where the pilot sits, and it folds out. It's like a clamshell, like from the Fallout power armor. So like this would turn and then everything would open up like simultaneously. So these clamps release, and then these little, whatever you want to call them, walls release. And then this folds up to reveal the head of the pilot, and then these fold up to give the pilot more room, and then this turns into a sort of boarding ramp. So if I can get the legs in the way they are, so like this is it down. It's down to earth. Pilot coming out to be you. Pilot coming out, and then it can fight alongside Titanfall style. So, oh. Also, if you couldn't tell, I don't really care about colors. It's just a colorful mess. So this is the pilot. I use the, can you focus? I use the, can you stop shaking? I use the torso from the submarine minifigures with just a clear yellow dome head to make a kind of basic pilot. But also, the pilot can come out, and then this is the gun I made for it. I just put a lightsaber on a gun piece. If you will, can you focus? Focus. So yeah, it's just a gun piece. It's perfect for the mech. Sorry about the shakiness. I'm using a new mount for my phone. So the pilot can use it. The mech can. I just broke it with the gun. It's probably not good. So the pilot can use it. The mech can use it. It's a pretty decent thing. So yeah, the pilot go right there. So yeah, that is the Bulker, and I don't have a name for the pilot yet. I'll come up with the name eventually. So I plan to take the parts from the Bulker and build the mech equivalent of a mobile home. So here, if I can take my phone out of the mount that I'm using. I plan to make it with 6 legs like the ATT. Also, yes, I have the Lego ATT. It's great. Love this set. Wish the legs could move more. Great because you have Commander Cody. But I plan to make something with 6 legs like this. But I'm also thinking like Terramorph from Starfield style, like arm design. Except it'll also be like a mobile home. So this guy can live in it. Or actually, I think I might choose a different pilot if I have one. So yeah, that I have been the Maximus. Yes, I'm doing a Mindbender style outro, because I am heavily inspired by that guy. Shout out to him. Also, shout out to my, I think, 3 subscribers and everybody who watched my cooking simulator video. But yeah, I am the Maximus. This is the Bulker, and thank you for watching.